So much for putting on today's event. Also, management and staff here at Springers Leisure Centre. Of course, Springers are a huge roller derby. And we thank them from there. About a minute and a bit to go before we get the skaters out on track. So it's probably a good opportunity to introduce both teams. We'll start off with the black team. Skating number 0, Lil Mist, 111, Tenacious T, 118, Kick, 191, Isabella Lugosi, hope I pronounced that right, 1994, Tickle Me Hell No, 33, Bin Sim, 888, Monk, 444, Grim Reaper, 77, Lady Justice, and number 8, Gav. That's the Team Regional Victoria skating in the black. And in the blue, Westside Roller Derby League, Westside Glory, we have number 0, Maddie Longlegs, 007, Fatalicious, 101, The Real Slim Sadie, 102, Victoria Beat Her, 109, Club Slamwich, 162, Florence the Machine, 17, Liz Vegas, 212, Intensive Claire Unit, 333, Slasher, 44, Revan Townsend, 460, Face, 531, Smiling Assassin, 73, Siebes the Day, 89, Massacre Tractor. So hopefully, there we go, we're back up and running. Microphone's just being a little bit precious. Got my tech team here off to the right hand side, making sure things are plugged in and receivers are receiving and all the rest of it. So down now to the final 10 seconds, both teams slowly making their way out on track. Now the referees are slowly making their way to their positions on track. Both teams are set. So that whistle means let's get this one underway and straight off. Both jammers trying to find a way through. Getting on through Club Slamwich there for Westside, lead jammer. One Tenacious T then jamming for Team Regional Victoria, still with a bit of work to do. And there's a pack now making its way into turn number 1. Initial pass done and dusted. Point scoring pass then it is then for Club Slamwich, 4 points to kick things off for Westside. Matty Longlegs, nice bit of defence to the outside part of the main straight and a drawback on Tenacious T. Pack now slowly coming through into turns 1 and 2. And the west side blockers giving Tenacious T plenty to think about. Trying to find a way to the outside part of turn 1 there for Tenacious T, not going to work. Drawback deep into the main straightaway there from the west side blockers. Club Slam Eugene just adding the points on. Pat now coming slowly through to turn number 2. Team Regional trying to hold up Club Sandwich as long as possible. Club Sandwich has had enough and called this one off, not before adding 4 points. So Westside off to a solid start. It's 20 points for them first up, first jam. Team Regional Victoria yet to put any points on the board. So it is in 3-3-3 slasher jamming for Westside. Immediately getting through the pack and picking up lead jammer. Of course, number 0 there, jamming for Team Regional Victoria is Lil Miss. And again, the Westside defense working absolutely overtime to hold up TRV jammer. Unfortunately, star pass end completed successfully so, but unfortunately Grim Reaper not able to do much with that. So another 12 points for Westside, moving them along to 32. Team Regional Victoria yet to open their account. We get jam number 3 underway. 5-3-1 Smiling Assassin. Jamming in for Westside. Nicely done from Smiling Assassin, picking up lead jammer status. One Tenacious T. Jamming again for Team Regional Victoria. Pack now coming down the back part of the track. And as we're seeing already so often in this game, the Westside blockers, their defense work is some of the best defensive work you're going to see in roller derby. They work so well for each other. Smiling Assassin notes 4 more points being added to the Westside total. The pack now coming down into turns 3 and 4. Nice defensive work then on Tenacious T. The drawback almost gets to turn number 2. Now the pack coming into turn 3. It's not having too much of an effect on Smiling Assassin. It's just points, and more points. As the pack now coming through to turn number 4, trying to find the outside part of turns 3 and 4. And Smiling Assassin seen enough. Bit of a hug there between the two. It's always good to see. get this one underway. Club Sandwich it is then, jamming for West Side. And again, getting through, lead jammer. So the pack slowly coming through into turn number 1. So Grim Reaper is the jammer for Team Regional Victoria. And again, as we've seen a lot so far in this game, the West Side blockers giving Team Regional Victoria jammers plenty to think about. Not worrying Club Sandwich though too much. Nicely done to the inside part of turn 2. It's 4 more points. Club Sandwich and deciding to call this one off. When you've got the blocker caliber of Murderface, Siebes today, Massacre Jones. Good luck trying to get past those skaters. They are very, very, very strong. Jam number 5 is underway. Slasher jamming for West Side. Looks like Tenacious T jamming for Team Regional Victoria. Indeed it is. You can now see that skater. Trying to find some territory to the inside part of turn 2 there for Slasher. Not going to work, but Slasher just finding a way to get through. Lead jammer West Side. Just coming off of turn 2. There's a lot of defensive work there. A lot of bodies being smashed into. So it is then a power jam for West Side. Looks like number 0 there, Little Miss. After the star pass had been successfully done, Little Miss is now the recognised jammer, but unfortunately picked up a penalty. So this is how we have found ourselves under a power jam. And Slasher is going to do absolutely everything possible to get as many points, whilst the opposing jammer sits the penalty in the penalty box. Pack then coming slowly off turn 4 onto the main straightaway. Number 8 there, Gav, offering up the defence, just holding up Slash momentarily. She can only do that for so long. And that's why the referee then signalling out of play, which means Gav has to release the jammer. They cannot continue to engage. That's 12 more points rather, being added to West Side's ever-growing total. They're on 79. Team Regional Victoria still yet to put some numbers on the board. Smiling Assassin it is then, jamming for West Side. Number 8, Gav, jamming for Team Regional Victoria. This should be interesting. Nicely done then from Smiling Assassin, using the inside part of turns 1 and 2. Gets through, lead jammer West Side. Nicely done by Gav. And Smiling Assassin, more than aware what was going on, and called it off. No sooner had Gav got through. this one underway. Jam number 7, Club Sandwich. Jamming for West Side and again gets on through. Picking up lead jammer. One then Tenacious T, jamming for Team Regional Victoria. Nice defence work there from Team Regional Victoria to try and break up the West Side blockers, but then having none of it, the reform from West Side is something to behold. Taken to the outside part of the back straightaway, Club Sandwich. Star pass then being successfully done, but unfortunately Little Miss is not going to add any points to the board. The West Side bench was more than aware as to what was going on there, and immediately the instructions were to call that one off. So 3-3-3 slasher. The West Side jammer out on track and lead jammer. Leatherface making a trip to the penalty box there for West Side. Slash calling this one off. Start pass has been done though, but unfortunately for Gav, Slash was aware of what was going on and decided to loop and call that one off. So with those 8 points, West Side 103. Team Regional Victoria still yet to put a score on the scoreboard as we go into jam number 9. Smiling Assassin doing what Smiling Assassin does. That gets on through, picking up lead jammer for West Side. With that 4 points, move along to 107. I've just been informed too, and I regret to inform everyone, apparently the coffee machine has died. The electrics have been completely fried in the coffee machine. We do not have coffee, which is good. Yeah, I know, right? I cannot live without coffee. So we get Jam 10 underway. Club Sandwich again getting on through, lead jammer for West Side. And if my maths is anything to go by, Club Sandwich running at about 100% every time they're on track as a jammer. It is lead jammer going the way of West Side. Number 8, Gav, is the jammer now for Team Regional Victoria. Nice hit though to the outside part of turn 1, recycling Gav back to almost the mid-section of the main straight. And that's where the West Side blockers are going to work to hold Gav up for as long as possible. Same could be said at the front of the pack as well. The Team Regional Victoria blockers doing a pretty good job to hold up Club Sandwich. The Club Sandwich getting on through and adding to this ever-growing West Side tally. Pack slowly coming down the main straight into turn number 1. The West Side blockers absolutely giving Team Regional Victoria plenty to think about. Pat now coming through to turn number 2, but not before Club Slam, which calls this one off. This game is the second game on today's program. Coming up after this, we have two big teams. BRDL and SSRD are going to battle it out. And that should be one heck of a game. 3-3-3, Slasher, it is then jamming for and lead jammer for West Side. One taps T. Hit to the outside part of turn at number 1. A bit of a chit-chat going on there amongst some of the skaters. Nicely done there from Team Regional Victoria. They only momentarily just caught the West Side blockers napping just a little bit. Looks like. We are heading into our first team timeout called by Team Regional Victoria. So we're going to pause things there for about a minute or so. So we get this one back underway. Smiling Assassin, the jammer then for West Side. Just the one blocker to negotiate. Nicely done too by Smiling Assassin, lead jammer West Side. Back now coming through into turn number 1. Skaters there for Team Regional Victoria trying to hold up Club Sandwich, but only momentarily. Smiling Assassin rather, not Club Sandwich, I do apologise. Nicely done then. Smiling Assassin trying to use the outside or inside part of turn 2, but more territory available to the outside part of turn 2 on that previous pass. So 4-4-4 Grim Reaper. The intent to star pass was there, but Westside blockers were all over that, and unfortunately for Gav, the star pass couldn't be completed, so therefore Gav was not recognised jammer. So it is jam number 13. Oh, nicely done. Club slam, which is showing some skill there to the inside part of turn number 1. Up on the toe stops, going for a bit of a run and a jump. Lead jammer, west side. Team Regional Victoria blockers seen at the front of the track. Oh, nicely done. Bit of backward skating there from Club Sandwich. Up on 1 foot. Putting on a bit of a show. Tenacious T with all sorts of dramas to be working through as a pack now coming through turn 1 and 2. Nice draw back there from Matty Longlegs. Defense of West Side is just so strong. They absolutely make you work for every single point. Speaking of points, 4 more points in for Club Sandwich. A very nice 20-point jam. Sees West Side on 164. Team Regional Victoria still yet to open their account. As we make our way into jam number 14. Got around 7 3/4 minutes remaining in this game as we get this one underway. Slasher, it is then jamming for West Side. 118 kick, putting on the defense end, taking Slasher to the outside part of turn 1 and again to the inside part. And again, nicely done by Kick, the drawback almost deep into turn number 4. So very nice work there from the Team Regional Victoria skater Kick, but getting on through nicely. It is Slasher, and Slasher is the lead jammer. So the pack of skaters now slowly coming into turn number 1. 333 Bin Sim now has the jammer cover on the helmet. Just the one blocker then to get by for Slasher, and of course it has to be Gav, number 8 out front, just doing a nice job of holding up Slasher. Yeah, round of applause everybody, that is as good as you will ever see. One-on-one positional blocking, well done Gav. In that instance, jammers hate that, blockers love it. Well done. Didn't stop Slasher though. It's another 4 points being added. Just having a look across at the bench, seeing what Rick wants to do. Rick Amortis, of course, the bench coach for West Side. Again, number 118 Kick. Nice defensive work, taking Slasher to the inside part of the back straightaway, but that jam comes to an end, not before Slasher putting on another 14 more points, moving West Side along to 178. And Team Regional Victoria on 0. Still yet to put some points on. I'm sure they will do that. Smiling Assassin it is, and jamming for Westside lead jammer. Wasting no time getting the initial pass done. It's all points of scoring pass. Passes now for Smiling Assassin. Nicely done to the inside, outside part of turn one rather. 1-1-1 Tenacious T, the jammer for Team Regional Victoria. Bit of work to do to get through the pack. Comes to an end. So with that whistle, we get this one underway. Jam number 16. 4-4, Revan Townsend. Having a bit of a jam. First time we've seen Rev out on track as a jammer in this game. Nicely done. Yeah, nicely done. A little bit of a twist and turn on the toe stops coming to the outside part of turn one on that previous pass. Of course, Revan Townsend is the lead jammer. 118 kick, having a bit of a tumble there. Number 8, Gav, it is then jamming for Team Regional Victoria. Murderface, nicely done to the inside part of turn number 1. But now coming into turn number 2. Murderface then taking a bit of a stumble there. That's not worrying Revan Townsend too much. And Rev's seen enough and calls it off. Kick nearly had the star pass completed as we find ourselves under an official timeout now. get jam number 17 underway. Club Sandwich lead jammer for West Side. 111 Tenacious T, the jammer then for Team Regional Victoria. Unfortunately though for Tenacious T, it is a cut track, so this is going to be a power jam for West Side. Backward skating there from Club Slam, which is another 4 more points being added to the ever-growing West Side scoreline. I currently sit at 222. It's a pack now slowly coming through into turn. Well, they are in turn number 3. 4 more points in for Club Sandwich and West Side. Now the pack coming through into turn number 4. It is 4 more points for Club Sandwich. Looks like Club Sandwich is just having a little bit of a skate around. I can assure you it's anything but just a little skate around. But nicely done then, Club Sandwich. It's yet another 4 points. I tell you what, everyone put your hands together. A 28-point jam then for Club Sandwich is no easy feat. Very, very well done. That jam then brings us into the half-time break. We're going to take a short break with West Side Glory on 238 and Team Regional Victoria still on 0, still yet to open up their account. Everyone's going to have a bit of a stretch. Grab yourself something to eat. Make sure you visit our stalls here today. There's a cake stall. Talk Derby to me are here, always massive supporters of roller derby. Make sure you check out all the stalls and grab yourself something to eat. And we'll be back with the second half action between Team Regional Victoria and West Side.
doing what wants to do so well in the first half. Lead Jammer going to that on the west side.
Grim Reaper is fourth for the Jammer for Team Regional Victoria. Back now coming through. Number 2 onto the back straightaway here. Grim Reaper got plenty to think about. The West Side blockers picking up where they left off. And that is giving the Team Regional Victoria Jammers all sorts of grief. Not worrying Slashers too much. Another point scoring pass. So far from Tasha. Nicely there from that previous pass. It's another 4 more points as the pack now making its way down the back straightaway. Nicely done to the internal part of turns 3 and 4. Slash has seen enough, called it off. Number 4 adding another 16 points, moving the West Side along to 254. Whistle means we get jam number 2 of the second half underway. Smiling Assassin, the jammer then for West Side. Wasting no time getting through, picking up the lead jammer status. 1-1-1 Tenacious T then jamming for Team Regional Victoria. As the pack now comes through turn number 2. Assassin to pick up the 4 more points. That was around about halfway down the back straightaway until the recycle from Matty Longlegs taking a little mess all the way down, almost back into turn number 2 as the pack now again still stuck at that midsection part of the back straightaway, but Smiling Assassin has been enough. So let's get stuck into jam number 3, shall we? Club Sandwich jamming for West Side. Nicely done, lead jammer. Seven. Lady Justice jamming for Team Regional Victoria. Unfortunately for Lady Justice, being taken to the outside part of the main straight of the recycle, then almost back to the jammer line. Club Sandwich again just stacking on the points for West Side. Nicely done then from Gav. And again, the blocking from Gav has been nothing short of insanely good to watch. So with that whistle, we get this one underway. Jam number 4, 333. Slasher picking up lead jammer status yet again. Tenacious T, the jammer then for Team Regional Victoria. Pat now coming into turn number 1. The recycling from TRV up the front, trying to hold up Slasher, but Slasher having none of it. Nice little turn to the inside part of turn number 1 on that previous pass. And again, looking for territory on the inside part of turn 1 and 2, gets Slasher through. Oh, big hit there. Matty Longlegs taking Tenacious T to the outside part of turn number 1. Pack now happy just to sort of stay within turns 1 and 2, but not before Slasher calls the jam off. So 23 minutes then remaining in this game. With those 20 points in that previous game, Westside move along to 302. TRV, Team Regional Victoria, are still searching for their first points in this game. Pat now got a little bit of speed coming into turn number 1. Doesn't face Smiling Assassin too much. Smiling Assassin had enough and called it off after picking up lead jammer. Slamwich jamming for Westside. Just slicing down the inside part of the main straightaway, straight off the jammer line. Lead jammer, Westside. Now the pack coming through turn number 1. Westside blockers. Again going to work on the Team Regional Victoria skater there. That's number 0, Will Mitz. Club Slamwich and just looking for and finding a nice pathway through on that previous pass on the outside part of turn number 2. It's 4 more points, sorry, it's 3 more points for Club Slamwich. As the pack now coming through turns 3 and 4. A couple of skaters there take a bit of a tumble off of turn number 4. That's not worrying Club Slamwich too much. It's fair to say that Club Slamwich doing Club Slamwich things, and that is picking up a heck of a lot of points. There's another very nice jam from Club Slamwich, 24 points being added to the Westside. Westside total, they currently sit on 326. Team Regional Victoria looking to put some points on the board as we find ourselves under an official timeout. I've just been given a notice to all teams. At 12:15, we're going to have a photo of all teams here in front of the bleachers. A bit of a commemorative sort of photo to celebrate the 2022 statewide Stampede season. So it's all teams at around 12:15 in front of the bleachers down here. I'll call on all teams to be gathered so we can have a big group photo, and I'm pretty sure Hawkeye will probably be all over that. Thumbs up from Hawkeye, indeed. So that's just after this game, indeed. So after this game and before the next, we're going to have one big happy snap. So after a brief timeout, we get this one back underway. 4-4, Revan Townsend jamming for Westside. Just has the three blockers rather, at the front of the pack. And we're going to take another timeout now. So we're back underway, 4-4, Reverend Townsend jamming for Westside and lead jammer. The initial pass all been taken care of. It's all about points now for Rev and Westside. Again, Rev just picking up more points. Nice recycle then from Massacre Jones for Westside, taking a little miss again to the central part of the back straightaway. Oh, nice little bit of a dip there from Rev on that previous pass. It's back now, coming back onto the main straightaway. That's another 4 points there for Rev. This is turning into a nice little jam. Revan Townsend, number 4-4, skating for Westside. Very nicely done there by Revan Townsend, 24 points, taking Westside glory along to one of my favourite numbers, 350, for all the Rev heads that might be watching here today. Team Regional Victoria still looking for their first points. They've got 16 and a quarter minutes to get some points on the board as we get jam number 9 underway, 3-3-3, jamming it is then for Westside Slasher. 1-1-8. Kick, jamming for Team Regional Victoria. Trying to and nicely getting by on the inside part of turn number 1 in that previous pass. Nicely done, Slasher. Chased down then by Gav on Slasher, not having too much of an effect. These Westside blockers just reform out the front of the pack so quickly and so well. Unfortunately, though, it's a penalty for Slasher. It is a good opportunity for Team Regional Victoria to get through the pack and to hopefully get some points on the board. The defence work though from Westside is saying no, you will not be getting past us today. It's back out on track, release from the penalty box, 3-3-3, Slasher then for Westside. So the power jam's over. And immediately Slasher picking up points as the pack is spread through turns 3 and 4. The recycle from Matty Longlegs taking Gav back onto the back straightaway. So let's get jam number 10 underway, shall we? Smiling Assassin, the jammer for West Side. Lead jammer going the way of Smiling Assassin. Nicely done there from Lady Justice, taking Smiling Assassin out to the outer parts of the main straightaway. Smiling Assassin gets on through. Nicely done. 4 more points then for West Side. So we have a power jam then for West Side. Communication then coming nice and clear then for the West Side blockers. Keeping an eye on the penalty box, making sure that when the jammer, of course that's Little Miss, is released, that they are ready and waiting. And that's exactly what Little Miss has run into. You've got 1-7 Liz Vegas. You've got the real slim Sadie out there. Massacre Jones, 3 very, very strong blockers, and they're letting Little Miss know in no uncertain terms. Unfortunately, though, it's a cut track for Little Miss. So another trip to the penalty box. Another power jam then for West Side. Jam number 10 is in, the books all done and dusted. 23 more points in for West Side. They currently are on 393. Team Regional Victoria. Well, yet to put a score on the scoreboard. Club Slamwich jamming for West Side. Just has the 3 blockers to negotiate and does that nicely with a little bit of a turn down the back straightaway. Lead jammer, West Side. Little Miss. And then for Team Regional Victoria. Nicely done, gets on through. Now, what do we do here? Club Slamwich is all over it and called it off. Just as Little Miss was about to get to the pack and possibly put some numbers on the board for TRV. With that 7 points, West Side crack 400. So 3-3-3, Slasher, lead jammer West Side, Tenacious T, jammer for Team Regional Victoria. Some fancy footwork there from Slasher getting on through with a bit of a turn off of turn number 1. A bit of a pirouette-y, pivoty thing. And again, up on the toe stops down the front straightaway. Slasher gets through 4 more points. Out the front of the pack. The West Side blockers, as they have done so many times in this game, giving Team Regional Victoria jammers a heap to think about. That's not worrying Slasher too much though. Slasher getting on through and picking up points at will. So we have the pack then kind of stationary on turn number 2. Slasher just having a look to the bench then to say, what do you want me to do? Rick and Mortis are more than happy for the skaters to just go out and skate. Nicely done then from Slasher on that previous pass. As Tenacious T is back out on, a little bit of jammer action there coming into turn number 2. Tenacious T just finishing up a visit to the penalty box. So just a 3-point send for Slasher on that previous pass. Nicely done then from Slasher, 27-point jam. Takes Westside along to 4:29. We are under a team timeout, I believe. Team Regional Victoria have called a team timeout, so for about a minute or so, we're going to take a short break. So we get jam number 13 underway. Massacre Jones having a jam then for Westside. First time we've seen Jonesy out on track as a jammer. Certainly in this game. For Grim Reaper, the jammer then for Team Regional Victoria. Penalty box seeing a fair bit of action in this jam so far. The blocker advantage clearly going the way of TRV. And I believe the Grim Reaper has got through first points for Team Regional Victoria as this one comes to an end. Nicely done. So we're just going to have a brief time out. And just a reminder, at the conclusion of this game, I'll continue that after we get this jam done and dusted. Tenacious T Reverend Townsend, the two jammers on track. Tenacious T jamming for Team Regional Victoria. Reverend Townsend jamming for West Side. And Rev, wasting no time, gets through lead jammer. Nicely done from the West Side blockers, just taking Tenacious T to the outside part of, inside part rather, of turn number 1. And when they had Tenacious T right where they needed them, they just pop them off, just like that, to the outside of the track to recycle on Tenacious T back into turn number 1. All the while that's happening, Reverend Townsend just skating away and picking up more points then for West Side. Tenacious T though with a bit of work to do at the back of the pack. It's not going to happen then, unfortunately, for Little Miss. So just a reminder, at the conclusion of this game and before the next game on track, we do ask that all teams make themselves available for a massive group photo of all the teams that have taken part in the statewide stampede for this year. So we're going to have another official timeout. So all teams, if you could just make yourself available for that big group photo. After a brief time out, we can get jam number 15 started. Maddie Longlegs having a jam for West Side. It's the first time we've seen Maddie as a jammer. Nicely done. Getting through the pack, picking up lead jammer nice and quick. Again, just picking up some points. Maddie Longlegs for West Side. Some big hits here coming through turn number 1. Oh, and again, Gav just trying to take Maddie to the outside part of turn 2. And Gav and Kick just trying to hold up Maddie Longlegs for as long as possible. But Maddie more than up for the challenge, gets on through. It's another 4 points in for West Side. The pack now coming through slowly off of turn number 2, making its way down to the back straightaway. Grim Reaper at the back of the pack there, the jammer for Team Regional Victoria. Trying to find a way through, but that jam is all done and dusted. Jammer start line then for Westside. It is the real Slim Sadie. First time in this game we've seen Sadie on track as a jammer. Nicely done, lead jammer, Westside. Little miss in the jammer for Team Regional Victoria. As a pack now coming through turns number 1 and 2. Just when you thought you might get some points, no. So we're down now to the last 35 seconds of this game. Enough time for another jam. Let's see if in the dying stages of this game, TRV can get some points on the board. It certainly would be nice. Jamming for Team Regional Victoria, the first time on track as a jammer today, Monk. Smiling Assassin jamming for Westside. And getting on through, lead jammer. It is Smiling Assassin with a bit of work to do though at the back of the pack. Just on the entry point into turn number 1. Westside block has given Monk pretty difficult time. Monk just working the seams there, just trying to find some territory in which to work with. Westside blockers though having none of it. Smiling Assassin carving on through and picking up more points for Westside. And this enormous total of, well, not too far off, cracking 500 points, which is insanely big score in roller derby. So it is in 4 more points in for a Smiling Assassin as the pack slowly making its way down the back straight away. Recycle in from 333 slasher on Monk. It's another 4 points in for Westside Glory and the Smiling Assassin. And this one then runs its natural course. Not before the Smiling Assassin puts on 24 points. Referees, let's have a quick chat to make sure everything is as it should be. It's both jammer rest now, just making sure all points are catered for. So it looks like the two jammers there. Nice to meet you, NP. We have both had a bit of a chat and they seem to be all A-OK. Just waiting for our head ref, Frank, to give us the all clear. And there it is, the rolling whistle. That brings an end to this game. Comprehensive win. Westside Glory 502. Unfortunately, for Team Regional Victoria, they were unable to put some points on the board in this game. Make no mistake, that was a tough game. So all the fans now coming down to this side of the track, as am I. Because I can do that with a cordless mic. I like that. I'm standing next to Screw Lucy. She doesn't even know I'm talking on the mic. She doesn't. So all the teams still having a bit of a chat as to what just happened. Some of the younger fans there with the hands out, ready to go, offering up a high five to their fans. But it's good. When it works, it works. It just keeps cutting out like this. But the wireless mic is an absolute thing of beauty. Both teams still in their huddles. And slowly breaking now. Both teams just acknowledging one another now. Big shout out and thanks, of course, to all our officials here today, all our skating officials and non-skating officials. For without them, we simply can't do roller derby. I will commentate on you. So both teams are coming to the side of the track. TRV make their way around. Give them a warm round of applause. Well done there to Gav, to Monk. Tickle me hell no, there's Kick. Nice job, well done, one and all. Smiling Assassin making their way around. Club Slamwich is there, Jonesy, Seeves a Day's there, Lizard's there, Rev's there. All the skaters from Westside Glory. Congratulations to them. We're going to have a short break now. When this is all completed, again a reminder to all teams to make their way down here in front of the bleachers. And we're going to get our scoreboard first, right? Yeah. And we'll get a massive photo of all the teams.